Hi, are you curious where you can live at the front of the Woodlands or maybe within the Village Town Center, which happens to be at the front of the Woodlands? Well, if so, this video is made just for you. Today we're going to be talking about all the different housing options in the front of the Woodlands. Whether you want to rent or purchase, I'm going to walk you through all of your options. So we're actually going to be referencing a blog over on Joe & Co. And let's go ahead and get started. So housing options in Town Center in the Woodlands. We have the wonderful neighborhood of East Shore. If you look on the right side of the screen, you're going to be able to see that I have highlighted the bulk of the Woodlands. We are missing Creekside. I guess I can point here. Creekside is down below. It's pretty much all of this and up. The housing is just in this space down here, and then you have other wonderful neighborhoods beneath it. But here is a really good perimeter of the Woodlands, and if you're curious where the Woodlands is, we are just north of Houston, about 40 minutes depending on what portion of the Woodlands you're coming from. If you want to see a more illustrated map, here is a map of the Woodlands where I have all of the villages highlighted, and I am going to link to all of this down below. Here is the front of the Woodlands, so I call this Discover the Woodlands. Here are all my favorite things to do in the Woodlands. East Shore happens to be just on the edge of the lake, so you can see it down here. Here's the lake, and it's on the edge. So neighborhood of East Shore, you can click on this link and you can look at the houses for sale in East Shore. Some of them are kind of built right next to each other. A lot of them you will find they have been remodeled. So some of East Shore, so this one's in East Gate, East Shore is an enclave, and East Gate is just a section of that, and that happens to be gated. All of these top three are popping up in Eastgate, and then here is a really beautiful home. This is probably my favorite house in the Woodlands, and it happens to be in East Shore. It's beautifully designed. So as you can see, East Shore is kind of higher up in price point. Something really cool about our website. So every single real estate agent lists a home differently. And so I can type in East Shore and I can do all matching. So anything with East Shore in the legal description will pop up. And as you can tell, there are not a lot of options right this second. And then go back to the blog post. So East Shore is really beautiful. I wanted to show it to you here. So as you can see, here's the lake. I'm going to zoom out once for y'all. So East Shore is pretty much everything south of the waterway. So the waterway goes this direction. So technically you could kayak all the way over to the mall, and the waterway's over here as well. So like Waterway District is farther over, but this whole body of water is called the Waterway. And then next on the list, so East Shore is just absolutely beautiful. You have Oasis Point condominiums, which is right here. I tried to open up a whole bunch of different tabs. And then you also have townhomes, and I think there is one for sale right now. And as you can see, a lot of these homes are built really close together. Here is a really good picture. And then next option would be the villas. I don't think there's anything for sale right now. There might be, oh, there are two. So really beautiful homes. Looking at 1.3 for these. Let me see if there's another aerial picture. Nope, not for that one. And this one on the right is a little under $1 million. I've actually been in this home. It is very nice. All of these homes at the front of the Woodlands are going to be really nice. This is super cool. Really good views. This one happens to have a hot tub. Really good garage space. Next on the list, I think I was Googling to see if I could do a map for y'all. And then I know some of these do not have homes for sale. I think it's, so we already talked about Eastgate. And then you have Grogan's Forest, which if you reference this map, you can see it's just a tiny bit north. There, I'm pretty sure I pulled up a couple, so there are 5 homes for sale up there. So price point, this one's for lease. Price point is a lot more affordable, so you're seeing $365. So all of these homes would be walking distance to town center. That's Grogan's Forest. And next on the list are the Brownstones. I know I'm going to run into nothing for sale at some point. Okay, so $750,000. The Brownstones are probably my favorite. They haven't been remodeled though. A lot of people have just been holding on to them and they haven't been remodeled, which is super sad. But year, we're looking at 2003, so about 20 years old. You can see there's a whole bunch of housing options down here, but we're going to get more into the apartments here in a second. And then, so I know there's nothing for sale here. So these Waterway Lofts, there are 2 buildings. They're really close to each other. They're high-rise buildings. And obviously everyone can lease something. So you will find places for lease like this, but these are like owned by people. They're not apartments. So one is newer than the other. So I believe this is just Waterway 1. Oh, that doesn't work. I wish there was for sale. I'm pretty sure there are not, but we can see, you saw a bunch of pictures there. So Waterway Lofts, but again, there are 2 right there. So just a really neat location on the waterway, really, really beautiful. And then Waterway Village, I'm pretty sure these 2 don't have anything for sale, but they're right near each other. Let's see what pops up for Waterway Village. Of course, in a different state. Let's see. I wish I had a million images to show y'all. So there's the Waterway Village, and there's actually a koi pond really, really close to these. Okay, so we're going to jump into apartments real quick. There are 6, I believe, that I have featured. You have the Millennium Waterway. So really cool with the pool in the middle. Really awesome location. So again, you would be walking distance to everything at the front of the Woodlands. You have the Lane, which is brand new. These are really pretty. The outdoor living spaces are really nice. And of course, dog friendly. That is owned by the Woodlands, so Howard Hughes Corporation. The Village at Woodlands Waterway. I don't think there are pictures. This is senior living, if I'm not mistaken, and that's also on the waterway. And then Boardwalk at Town Center. This one is one of the original housing options when it comes to rentals along the waterway. This picture is one of my favorites. They have their own kayak launch. It's, again, there are walking trails and hiking trails all throughout the Woodlands. It's a really neat place to be. And then we have 1 Lake's Edge and 2 Lake's Edge. So 1 Lake's Edge came first. It's in Hughes Landing, right on the lake. So price point here is going to be a little bit more affordable. I'm going to see if it's going to show y'all a couple images. And then 2 was built just right next to it, so right here. Let's see what the images look like for that one. So this is if you want to be in the middle of the city, if you want to be in what's happening. Hughes Landing has tons of restaurants, tons of events that are always happening, and you have Whole Foods there as well. I don't know if they did an image. It doesn't look like they have 2 Lake's Edge imagery. There we go. I think that looks accurate. So see how there's 1 back here, and then this is 2. So just really beautiful. I think if I was going to live somewhere, I would probably live here if I was renting. Like I said, this was a little more expensive. But those are all of your housing options at the front of the Woodlands. If you want to search for homes for sale, you're more than welcome to use my website. I love the map feature. So I love how intuitive this is. So you can pick area, city. I sometimes do all matching just because it depends how the real estate agent listed it. But my favorite thing to do is go to the map view. It takes a second to load. So this neighborhood up here is called the Woodlands Hills. Some real estate agents call it the Woodlands, even though it's not. So housing will pop up on the map. So we have, let's see if I can just exit out and see if it'll populate. There we go. So this is my favorite way to search for homes, is just looking at the map view and letting it populate new homes as you move around. So I just think it's really cool. So the closer you are to the lake, typically the more expensive it's going to be, but keep in mind there are the walking and biking trails all throughout the Woodlands. So we can find a little more affordable, so like $370. It's really hard to be in the Woodlands under $400 right now. The houses go really fast. I'm sure if I look this up on the MLS, it would probably have multiple offers at this point in time, but yes. So I don't know if I introduced myself. My name is George Lacey. My brokerage is Joe & Co. I'm a broker owner, and I help clients and families relocate to the Houston suburbs. I love the North Houston suburbs. That's where I live in spring. Spring is a really big city. Most of the Woodlands happens to fall within spring. I love helping people. I love answering questions. If you have any questions, look down below. There are tons of links. I have ebooks and relocation guides, and those maps that you saw at the beginning of the video, I can even snail mail those to you. So tons of amazing information. We have, I think it's about 700, maybe 500. We have 700 videos here on the YouTube channel, and we're really, really close to having 1,000 blog posts over on the website. So our website is definitely one of a kind. You're going to find almost unlimited amounts of information, and I really hope you reach out to me, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.